Okay, we're coming to you live from the Roland Morin Art Studio. Now, last video I spoke about Steppenwolf. We spoke about, it's a rock band from the 1960s, 70s. John Kay wrote this song called Monster. I feel that it applies to today, 55 years later. And now I want to talk a little bit about it. The last video, all I did was read the words. I wasn't going to get involved with my opinions, but I want to. So I want to do it now. If I offend you, so be it. I'm not trying to win any awards for this. I just want to tell you how I feel and millions of human beings on this planet feel about what's going on with these countries all over the world, despots, Marxists. They're destroying our world, and we have one going on right now in America. Now, I want to talk about common sense, okay? I don't care if you're red or blue in the political scene. It doesn't matter. Everyone has common sense, and I want to talk about common sense solutions. First of all, this political system sucks, okay? It's a mess right now. Politicians are only in it for themselves. They don't care about us common people. They don't. They make everything through a prism in their mind to suit their agenda and come against our agenda. We are like peasants on a plantation, and it's getting sickening. People are oppressed right now. And I wanted to paint this painting again. I showed it to you in the last video, and it shows the American flag being torn up, being sliced up. And that's where we are right now. This America that we grew up in is not the same as it was 70 years ago. I'm 70 years old, and it's a mess. And I blame the government. And the government is the monster. It is the monster that John Kay sang in that song in 1970. And he talks about it being it's a monster that just can't get enough of power and authority. And this monster wants to destroy the common people. You got one life to live on this earth. And you got people trying to control your life, regulate your life, take away the goods that you have worked for, your assets, your home. The inflation rate is out of this world right now, and it stinks. And I'm talking for people who are in food lines trying to get a meal for the day. I'm talking about women that are going to the food shop for their family. And prices are up 20, 30, 40%. It's a stench. And American people better stand up. We need change right now. We need change that's going to give us freedom and take the shackles off of our families. We got school systems that are oppressing our kids and taking their minds and creating things in their minds that are not true. And we're wrecking the poor kids. You know, John Kay said, America, we need you now. We can't fight alone against the monster, the government establishment. It's terrible. And I just want to let you know, God is calling people out right now to speak this message right now. I feel like I have a message in a system of cards. I have a message and a series of paintings that I feel like I need to paint, and it's going to be called Fall of America. In many places, you could name, you know, look at San Francisco, look at LA, look at New York City, look at Chicago, look at Miami, look at places in Austin, maybe in Texas. It's terrible. People are living in fear right now, and they're trying to take away our free speech. And that's the First Amendment right. And if they can take away our First Amendment freedom of speech, they're going to create a communist China or a Russia or North Korea. And if we don't be careful right now, we are going to be in one of those systems. We're going to be, you know, I always laugh about United States of Venezuela. But, you know, Venezuela had a great country at one time. until they let Cuba-like leadership come in and take that over and talk about Cuba. Everybody knows about Cuba through the last 50 years, 60 years, 70 years. We know what the result of all this socialism and communism, the results are through all that kind of nonsense. Take some notes. Tell some friends when you get time. Send this video out. And again, I want to state one thing right now, and I'm proud to say that I'm a born-again Christian follower of Jesus Christ. And that is the only reason that I have any hope in this America, because I don't have any hope in the flesh and blood of people. I got hope in Jesus Christ and in God Almighty that He is going to take care of this mess. Because us as a human race in this world, we have messed up this whole world, and our country is following in line steps with everybody else, and people are getting tired of it. They're taxing us to death. And as a business, I've had a business for 50 years, over 50 years, and the regulation and the taxation are oppressing the small businessman. It's just that simple. They keep taking and taking and taking. They have taken a dollar and devalue it to the point it's been debased to nothing from the time the Federal Reserve got started in 1913 under the Woodrow Wilson regime. We have had a debasing of the dollar to this day right now. The Federal Reserve was never supposed to be created, was never part of the Constitution. We were supposed to coin the currencies, gold and silver. You sound like, it might sound like I'm pissed off. I am pissed off. I'm pissed off for my daughter. I'm pissed off for my grandson. I'm pissed off for my friends' children and their children. It's pissing me off to the point that I got to say something about it. I remember writing a book about It's Time for Another Revolution in 2009. 2009. I saw this thing so far in the 80s that I started making changes on what I'm doing as a person. You got to protect yourself. You got to be around people who want freedom, who want liberty. Look at the colleges. Give me a break. Look what's going on in colleges. Look what's going on in San Francisco. They're allowed to go in there and steal $900 worth of goods, any store, any day, every day, and they don't get charged with that. So what does San Francisco do? They bring out drugs. They bring out busloads of people to live in San Francisco. Now they're giving them packets of drugs that has needles in it and everything else, so they can continue doing their drug scene and puking and defecating all over New Freedom, not New Freedom, but San Francisco. It's a mess. It used to be a tourist spot. Now it's not. It's not anymore. It's not a tourist spot. Look at New York City. New York City is a shithole right now. It's just what it is. It's a shithole. Look at the mayor. I mean, he's doing absolutely nothing for the people. We are being overrun with a wave of corruption. Corruption, John Kay says it in the video. Corruption is all over the place. It's more corrupt every day that we get up and turn the news on. Politicians lying through their teeth. Every time their lips move, they are lying. And they're doing nothing for us. Nothing for the common people. It's a stench in my nostril, and I'm sure it's a stench in God's nostril. And I'm getting sick and tired. And if you want change, you really are sick and tired of this crap that's going on, how it's affecting your finances, how it's affecting everything you say and do, and what you see on the TV. Every day, it looks like it can get any worse. It does get worse. It's what are these people talking about? It's so non-common sense. We're putting our kids in danger right now. Listen to me. We're putting our kids in danger. And I'm just one of millions that are seeing this thing, and it's got to stop. We got to get down to a peaceful union of states. We can't agree on everything. My goodness, we're not going to agree on everything. But man, our society is full of hate right now on either side. And I don't like this. Like I said, I got 70 years invested in America. And, who knows how many more years, 20 years, 25 more years? What is it going to be like? It's such an acceleration of corruption from our government. It's got to stop. These oligarchs, these few people and few groups that control the masses, these oligarchs and these elites. And I'm not even picking on any parties. It's in the Republican Party. It's in the Democrat Party. Period. There's no color separation. They're in the same country club. The Country Club of Washington. Washington does not think like the common people. They do not care. And I keep saying they do not care because they don't care. And it's up to you to send a message. You know what you're seeing in your household. You know what things cost every day. Look at auto insurance. I mean, it's almost doubled from over a year and a half ago. Well, why is that? I have no idea. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Why homeowners insurance, same thing, going up. And when will the American people say enough is enough? I'm saying enough is enough. And people need to sit down and just, lay on the couch on a Sunday afternoon and just think. Get down to your thinking. Turn the freaking football game off. Throw the basketball down and think about what's going on. Are you in debt? Chances are you are. Are your credit cards maxed out, paying 25% interest on it? You probably are. Are you to the point where you can't afford good food? The government wants us to eat bugs. Imagine eating bugs. Shove those bugs where it doesn't shine, politicians. They don't want you to eat good food. They want you to eat garbage so they could be the ones that are going to eat the best food. We saw how they got away with the pandemic where they forced us to wear masks and they caused churches to shut down and school kids to wear masks and then they want to take the damn shot, okay? And then all these people are now sick because of the shot, and they want kids that are just freaking born 6 months into it, they want them to take shots. It's ridiculous. Can't trust the government. I'm telling you, cannot trust our officials. They say one thing when they're going at wanting your votes, and they do another thing once they get in. They're liars. They're liars, all of them. And people, and I'm not, a crazy man. I'm pretty, I'm not a violent type person. I won't do things wrong to people because they don't believe in what I say. But I like to have and sit down with them and talk. And talk in peace. We can agree to disagree, okay? But we are so divided as American people. Sometimes words can't explain. I make it a purpose a lot of times when I go out to run across people that I don't know, maybe checkout lines, or let's say I'm in the lumber yard and I can get someone, pull them off and say, can we talk a little bit about something? We have some pretty good conversations. Some people don't want to talk to me, and that's okay. But the ones that are wanting to share their views, they're seeing it, that the fall of America is real. If we think that the Roman Empire was so tough and so mighty that we can't fall, look at the empire, the Roman Empire. It was strong, and they fell. And who do we think we are? Who do we think we are that we can't? At this rate, I don't know. Some days I think we're going to fall. Some days I think, we have some kind of a choice, but, the vote, John Kay said the vote is a meaningless joke. And he's getting to be right now. Now we can vote a month and a half ahead of the election. Vote by mail. Vote many, many times. You can cheat. The elections are not fair anymore. They could be. They could be done in one day, but they're not. There's reasons for all this. It's not just by happen chance that we can vote a month and a half and then maybe a month later after Election Day, we're still trying to figure out who won the race, because corruption and foul play is at hand. No other reason. The politicians are doing things for themselves. Well, we get some scumbag Social Security check, and they get some kind of benefits that are not like Social Security. Everything is paid for. One term. Just work one term, or a senator. If you're a senator or a congressman, councilman, you are going to get the best benefit package going forward for the rest of your life. Just work one term, and you're set to go. Now, we, on the other hand, will work 40, 50 years to get some little old measly piece of crap Social Security check that can't even cover your expenses for the month. And guess who are the earners? The American people. Government does not create anything. They make nothing. Anything they do is create taxes and regulation. And we pay for all this nonsense. They should be our servants, not us be their servants. And it's so damn bad right now that they won't even talk to us. If they get interviewed, they'll walk away. They should be required to talk to the people. We are the ones that pay their paycheck. People are getting fed up of it. Go in on Monday morning and tell your employer what to do. Go ahead and do this sometime. See if you even last a day. Okay? And that's the way it is. I mean, at that point, but you can argue in your mind that these politicians are doing good service work, and you're fooling yourself. You're just fooling yourself. And I just hope that some of you who are listening to me right now, think about it. Just think about what I'm saying. Common sense. Again, common sense. It's like if you're paying a car payment, you're paying a mortgage, you're paying insurances and everything else under the sun, and it's not even near enough money in your family to cover the bills. Do you think that the next month's going to be easier? Hell no. It's going to be worse, because you're carrying debt forward. And guess what? It has interest piggybacking going forward. So if you go on this little journey, you think you're going to go out of it, and you have a job that pays X amount of dollars a week or X amount of dollars a month, and everything else is going up in your household, how are you going to dig yourself out? Maybe bankruptcy. Maybe that's your answer. It shouldn't be, but it is. And a politician could care less about you. Could care less about you. Now let's talk about the police for a minute. Okay, good subject. We have police. The one thing that they're supposed to do is protect the society. They're supposed to keep harm away from us. We should build on that police force. We shouldn't take and defund them. That's what they want to do. Defund the police. How stupid is that? The numbers of the police across America are going down. Policemen don't want to do it anymore. They're retiring early, and the sign up amount of people that should be coming forth for the police, it's not happening anymore. It's just not happening. Now, no one man's a perfect police officer. No one woman is a perfect police officer. I don't like going into town, and if you pull into a curb, you got to pay a fee, whatever it is, $1 an hour, 10 cents an hour, and if you get back a little late, you got a little slip of paper. So they're gonna penalize you because you're a little late, and you forgot to slug a nickel in the damn thing. So you're gonna have a $10 to $15, $20 fine. I don't like that. I don't like speed traps. They set up some of these places up, and I've been through them. Everyone has been through, and you know how they do these speed traps. They know that they can catch you coming around a corner if they hide off to the side with 2 or 3 police cars, and they got a freaking gun, a speed gun, and they're detecting how fast you're going. They're pulling you over, and they're giving you a ticket for that. Man, we don't need any of that stuff anymore. People don't have that extra money to spend on a speeding ticket or a parking ticket. It's outrageous. Think again about common sense. I can't say it enough. If it doesn't make sense, it's not right. It doesn't make sense. Protect your families, fathers, mothers. Protect your children of what they're hearing and what in the schools for one, but what they get on the internet, and you have no idea the garbage and the damage that the internet's doing to our kids, the social media. They're destroying kids, and we are becoming part of the AI culture. You know, we're like robots in a sense. We got flesh, but we're like robots. They want us to think a certain way, and if you don't think a certain way, then you're the enemy, because we have a brain and we want to speak our piece, and so then we're labeled a bunch of tyrannists and that kind of thing. Nuts. Totally nuts. Now, I know you guys are like, man, this guy keeps rambling on and he won't shut up. Well, I'm going to shut up. I think I said enough to get you thinking. So if you want to comment me, I'd love you to comment me. And if you want to comment me in a bad way, that's okay. Well, do your thing. Do your thing. We'll have a conversation. But do something about it. Don't put your head in the sand and think it's going to go away by itself. It's not. It is not going to go away by itself. So I encourage you to comment me. I really do. And I want to say thank you for listening to me. A lot of you people probably already turned it off by now. That's okay. But there's certain people that I think that are in agreement with me. And send this video out to your friends and encourage them to send this video to some people so they can maybe start this thinking going on. This coconut head, that's full of coconut juice. We can't be labeled sheeple. We got too many sheeple. So I'm telling you to rise up and do the right thing for your families, for yourself. And I'll see you on the next video. Just smash the like. It says like button. Maybe subscribe. Maybe leave me a comment and get the message out. So with that, I'll see you on the next video. And I'll say this, like I say on every other video, hush. Son of a bitch.